this palatine tonsil, and the same on the opposite side. It is paired, and one is unpaired, that is lingual tonsil. Another three tonsils we can find in nasal part of pharynx. Here it is. That is a pharynx. Pharynx. Here it is pharynx. From here to here, from the base of the skull to the level of 6 cervical vertebrae. That is a pharynx. And pharynx subdivides into three departments. Upper department, that is nasal part of pharynx. Middle, that is oral part. And last is, who can help me? What is the last part of lower part of parts? Laryngeal part. Laryngeal parts, laryngia. Nasal part of pharynx communicates with nasal cavity through what is the name of opening between nasal cavity and nasal part of pharynx. Who know? Hoana. Yes, you're right. That is Hoana. It is Hana. And oral part of pharynx communicates with oral cavity through fauces. And laryngeal part of pharynx, in front from laryngeal part, we have larynx. Here it is larynx, and behind of larynx, laryngeal part of pharynx. And topography of pharynx, nasal part from base of the skull to upper border of third cervical vertebra. Oral part opposite to the third cervical vertebra, and laryngeal part from upper border of fourth cervical to sixth cervical vertebra. And in nasal part of pharynx, we can find the same three tonsils. One is pharyngeal tonsil. It is unpaired, tonsilla pharyngea, or another name is adenoids, tonsilla adenoids. That is, this tonsil is on the border between superior border of pharynx and posterior border. Here it is, tonsilla pharyngea. And another two tonsils, they are paired, and this paired tonsil is in space between opening of auditive tube and soft palate, and this place has name tonsilla tubaria, because it is near of opening of auditive tube. What is the function of auditive tube? Who know? Yes, it is equalize pressure in middle ear and atmospheric pressure. And this tube, it communicates middle ear or tympanic cavity with nasal part of pharynx. And between this opening of auditive tube and soft palate, we have tonsilla tubaria. Here it is. Three tonsils in nasal part of pharynx and three tonsils in oral cavity. That is why total number of tonsils, yes, they are 6 in number, and this lymphoid ring has name ring of Pyragov and Valdeir. They describes these tonsils, and main function of this tonsil, that is protection from infection. What else? Some words about muscles of soft palate and muscles of pharynx. Muscles of soft palate, you need to draw diagram. Give me a piece of paper or copybook. Thank you. And in your manual, you can find this diagram. Please give me manual the same. Okay. That is diagram of muscles of soft palate, and you need to draw this diagram next time. What is here? That is Hamulus perigaidus. Here it is in here. Do you remember? It starts from lamina medialis of pterygoid process of sphenoid bone. Here it is tongue. That is a tongue, and that is first muscle which is surround hamulus pterygoidus and goes to the soft palate, that is musculus tensor veli palatini. That is first muscle, musculus tensor veli palatini. Next muscle, the same start from base of the skull, but it not surround hamulus pterygoidus, it directly goes to soft palate here, and here it is. That is musculus levator, yes, levator veli palatini here, and here it is. Next muscle starts from the soft palate and goes to tongue, that is musculus palata glossus. Together with mucous membrane, this muscle makes arcus palata glossus. And next muscle, that is musculus palata pharyngeus, palatopharyngeal muscle. Together with mucous membrane, it makes the same arcus palatopharyngeus, and space between these two arches, that is fossa tonsillaris, where palatine tonsil present. It is the same musculus palata glossus and musculus palata pharyngeus. And last muscle, that is musculus uvula. Musculus uvula. It is unpaired muscle. Unpaired muscle. All other muscles are paired. That is why 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 muscles you need to know and you need to draw next time. They are muscles of soft palate. And pharynx, the same consists of striated muscles. Some of them are longitudinal and other are circular. Longitudinal muscles of pharynx. One of them, that is musculus palatopharyngeus, we already know, from soft palate and goes to pharynx. And another muscle, that is musculus stylopharyngeus, from styloid process of temporal bone and continues to pharynx. Stylopharyngeal and palatopharyngeal muscles, they are longitudinal. And circular muscles are 3 constrictors: musculus constrictor pharyngis superior, then musculus constrictor pharyngis medius, and musculus constrictor pharyngis inferior. 3 constrictors. And they inferior border of superior constrictor, it's closed superior border of middle constriction, and inferior border of middle constriction, it closed superior border of inferior constriction. That is why if this constriction contract, they conduct food from oral, for example, from oral part to laryngeal, from laryngeal to esophagus. They help to conduct food to direction of esophagus. What else? That is teeth. Tooth as an organ. You can see tooth, gingiva, alveolar dentalis, and periodontium together with nerves and vessels. Tongue, muscles of the tongue, papilla. You can see here it is V shape of papilla volata on the border of anterior 2/3 and posterior third of the tongue. They are largest papilla of the tongue, papilla volata. And here it is lingual tonsil, tonsilla lingualis. They are muscles of the tongue, salivary glands. Salivary glands. Some words about salivary gland. I already said about parotid gland and parotid duct. Ductus parotidus, which is opens on the mucous membrane of the cheek. Another 2 glands, they are sublingual and submandibular. Submandibular and sublingual glands. And both of these glands opens into oral cavity in caruncula sublingualis. Where is it? Below of tongue. It is not very clear to see. Should be fold of mucous membrane. This fold is plica sublingualis, sublingual fold, plica sublingualis. And apex of this fold has Caruncula, that is caruncula sublingualis, it is place where sublingual duct and submandibular duct opens. Both of these ducts opens into caruncula sublingualis, and caruncula is on the apex of plica sublingualis. And after each topic, you can see blood supply, nerve supply, and lymphatic drainage. And today, you not need to know this information. Not need. When we finish to study arteries, you will know blood supply of inner organs. When we finish lymphatic system, you will know lymphatic outflow from inner organs. That is why this information help you to prepare to final exam. But today you not need to read this information. And in topic number 2, you need to read only pharynx. Only pharynx. Till esophagus. That is muscles of pharynx till here, till page 38. Next time, first topic and second only pharynx. Only pharynx. What is here? Do you know what is it? What I take with the forceps? Hide bone, you're right, that is hide bone. And from hide bone start some muscles of the tongue. For example, hyglossus muscle, longitudinalis superior and longitudinalis inferior. That is epiglottis, and in time of swallowing, epiglottis moves downward and closed inlet into the larynx, that is adductus laryngis, and in this case food from oral cavity goes to oral part of pharynx and then continues to laryngeal part of pharynx, and not goes to larynx, because it is dangerous for life. That is why epiglottis makes very important function in time of swallowing, because it closed addutus laryngis. And you can see here it is the same, that is epiglottis. Here it is root of the tongue. Sorry.